Hello, China. I am back. I'm here in Kunming. It's been almost a year since I was last here, and I've just landed. I'm so excited, and I'm also quite nervous today because I'm going to embark on a 1 week language class to learn Chinese at a language school here in Kunming. And I have never done anything like this before, so I'm not quite sure how well I'm going to do. I'm hoping that by the end of the week I have quite enough Chinese to be able to get by on the rest of my trip here. I'm going to be spending 1 month in China this time again, and I'm also quite excited to see where this journey takes me and what I'm going to learn. So let's see how well I do. I'm not sure how well I'm going to do, but I'm confident that this school is pretty good at teaching people how to learn Chinese. So even a basic beginner like me should hopefully be able to pick up some Chinese. So let's see. I'm going to pick up my suitcase, and I think someone's waiting for me at the other side. And then we're going to see what's in store as this British boy tries to learn Chinese language here in Kunming. So why don't you join me? Let's go. Aha, here he is. 你好. 你好. Hi. So this guy's just come up to me, he just recognized me, yeah?
Yeah. A little filmer, but
What's your name?
Jason.
Jason. Nice to meet you, Jason.
Nice to meet you.
James.
James. Yeah.
Hi.
Thank you.
You're
Have a nice
welcome.
day.
Thank you. You too. Bye. That's the first time that's happened to me, that someone's recognized my face. So I've just been given the key for my apartment, so let me show you what the room looks like. Thursday the 15th, 7. And here's my room. So I've got a nice bed here, got some fresh water, and then this is really nice. There's a little message here telling me that I'm going to meet my teacher at 1:30. I need to go down to see her later. And then I've got my schedule for the week laid out here, which is good. Chinese lesson from 8:30 till 12:30. Then also visits in the afternoon. So I'm going to be able to put into practice some of my lessons. And then wardrobe for me to put my clothes in. Bathroom through there. So yeah, and even a separate wardrobe here. So yeah, I'm excited, and look at this view that I get as well. So I best get myself unpacked.
5 minutes later.
I've just met my teacher, and she's really nice. We were talking about what's the learning style that I want to take this week, and it's an interesting question because I haven't done a course like this for a long time. I haven't learned language since I was in school, but I also got a little notebook, a pen, and we got through the schedule, and we're going to try tomorrow 4 hours of like lesson languages, and then in the afternoon I'll be going out for a trip. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to just settle in now. I've got a day of rest. See how tomorrow goes. So let me give you a breakdown of how my lessons have gone this week at Keats. So day 1. So I met my teacher, and we talked about basically my hobbies, my interests, and what are the things that I want to get out of being here at the language school. A lot of my focus was around being able to have more conversational Chinese while I'm traveling through China, being able to understand numbers, being able to understand times, how to buy things, how to ask the price, ask for coffee. This is one of the things I learned on the first day, but I didn't get to put it into practice actually until the second day. As part of how you learn Chinese here, they use pinyin, which is basically the system where you understand the sounds and the noises of all of the kind of core structure of the language. So there was lots of different cards that we went through, and we went through them again and again. I think I memorized most of it okay. On the second day, we went through these cards again, and then I started to learn more words and phrases. For example, how to order a coffee. Now, this phrase, we went downstairs to ask at the Looking Coffee to ask if I could order. 你好，红枣、一杯、杨梅、为拿铁、杨梅。你拿铁，拿铁。 And also on the second day, I started to learn about Chinese numbers. So like Leon, Yi, Er, San, Xi, San, Zu, Wu, Liu, Ti, Ba, Juo, Xi, 10, and how to make hundreds and how to understand thousands and be able to describe those. So that was really good. And I struggled with remembering some of them, but it's okay. We went through them again. On the third day, we started to learn vegetables, and it felt like a preschooler being back, looking at the book with all the different vegetables, all the different fruits in there. But it was really good to get an understanding of what all the vegetables and fruits were called. And also to be able to then learn a phrase that I can use within my videos. 你们好，我是 Wilko. 今天. So learning this was really useful as well, being able to help me now with filming more of my videos.
5天427英里. You don't want to know how long that took without me filming to get. So yeah, these are just some of the words I've learned this week, as well as numbers. And I know that my pronunciation is not right yet, but it's getting there. And I am really thankful to my teacher, Miss Lee. She's been very patient with me. So 谢谢.
不客气.
And I will keep practicing now outside of school as well. And hopefully my Chinese will get better.
It's part of my time here at Keats. I'm having 4 hours of Chinese lessons in the morning from 8:30 till 12:30. Then there's lunch here that's provided. And all the meals are actually provided. 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch and dinner. And the food is quite balanced, I would say. You've got vegetables, you've got rice, you've got meat. There's also like non-meat version. And there's coffee, there's hot water. So, I mean, you could go without needing to buy any food here, really, if you're here for a long time. Some of the students that I met, one of them I think has been here for 9 months. Other people stay here for like anything between 2 weeks to a couple of months. So, and yeah, you get one-on-one tutoring, which is amazing. Never had one-on-one tutoring before for a language. The only other language I've learned before this was French in high school, so very different experience. It does feel like being at Hogwarts a little bit because there is all these other people that are living here and learning at the same time, and it's quite cool. There's lots of different activities going on in the evening, so I joined the Wednesday night Mirage game in the evening. We learned how to play it first, and then we broke off into 2 different teams, and it was really fun actually. I really enjoyed it, and I was surprised how you can play that without actually needing to know too much knowledge of the Chinese language. So that was also really cool, and getting to meet my fellow students. So on day 4, I started to learn characters around the numbers because I hadn't learned the characters yet, and also I started to talk a little bit more about myself. So learning how to talk about me having a dog, Eddie, and also a cat, Tom, and talking about their ages. So Chongwu, my pets. Also learning to have conversations a little bit more back and forth about pets. Also then being able to understand like day, month, year when looking at like calendars also has been really useful.
I travel in China for several weeks. 我在香港西游几教.
我在中国旅游几周.
旅游几周.
几周.
几周.
Yeah.
Which is the 4th month and the 13th day of the year. So let's go. 4月10 why can't I think of a phrase now? 10 3 I'm gonna start again because the people don't need to see this. Okay. 4月13 natie, which means hot latte. 小狗, which means pet. No. Puppy.
Yeah.
小狗, puppy. 动物, which means cat. Kitten.
宠物.
宠物.
Yeah. Eddie and Tom.
pets 宠物支付宝 Alipay.
And then finally on day 5, what I learned is how to say good morning, good evening, asking how are you, ni hao ma, also how to pronounce some of the names of places in China a little bit more accurately, because let's say that when I've been to some places in the past, I'm not saying the names correctly. So I apologize to everybody in Harbin, because when I was there in December, I just called it Harbin. Apologies for that. The phrase that people use in my video comments on Bilibili, apparently I bring the clouds with me wherever I come in China. So Wu Dao, Wu Di Dai Fang, Zhang Xi Yin Tian. So I bring the clouds with me. Du Buxi, sorry, which I'm probably going to be saying quite a lot, apologizing for not the best use of the Chinese language, but I'm learning. Please be patient with me. And one of the things that has also made this week so special is that I've been having these 4-hour lessons in the morning where I'm learning the language and with a teacher one-on-one in class. But then in the afternoon, I'm actually going out and doing activities with a teacher as well. So on the first day, we went out to a farmer's market where we saw some amazing vegetables. There's a separate video you can watch about the farmer's market trip in the description below. Second day, we went for a visit on the old street in Kunming, which was really interesting to learn a little bit more about the history. Also to learn that the person who wrote the song, which is a Chinese national anthem, is actually from Kunming. And then on the third day, we went to a Buddhist temple, and that was really nice. And we also had a croissant at a shop, and also bought some fresh fruit, which I've been really enjoying. Like the fruit from Yunnan Province is just amazing. So big, so juicy. Definitely try it if you're coming here. And then the fourth day, the trip we went on in the afternoon was to the flower market, which blew my mind. The size of this place is crazy. So there's a video about that in the description below as well if you want to watch that. I actually got myself some strawberry seeds. I want to try and grow some of the white strawberries that I tasted on the first day at the farmer's market because they were so juicy. Finally, on the fifth day in the afternoon, the trip we went to was the military museum as well as the local park here in Kunming. Also, me and the teacher I spent my time with in the afternoon, Miss Xu, we have basically chosen a Chinese name for me, which everyone was asking me, what's your Chinese name? And I hadn't chosen one, or I didn't realize you choose it based on your personality. So my Chinese name is Wei Bo Yang. So the reason I've chosen this name is because of certain characteristics within it. Independence, tallness and bravery, having a broad mind, and also Yang refers to the ocean, which I love the ocean. I love being by the sea. It's like my second home being by the sea. And also Bo means rich and broad with knowledge, while Yang refers to multitude, vastness and grandeur. And this symbolizes gentleness, cuteness, personality and success. So maybe it's a bit big-headed of me to say that I feel like that embodies me. So that is my new Chinese name. I also managed to squeeze in a visit to the gym, which I'm really impressed with because I haven't done any form of gym exercise for at least 6 months. And there is a gym here on site. It's got a lot of modern equipment. It's very cool. It's got weights, got running machines, got bikes. So if I was in the middle of my gym regime, it would be perfect. And then finally on a Saturday, there's always a group trip. So we're going to be going on that group trip. And that is the Black Lake trip, which we're going to be doing tomorrow. But today, because it was my last day of classes, I actually got my certificate from my teacher with both my teacher signatures, both the one I was with in person in the morning and also in the afternoon, Miss Lee and Miss Xu. So it's my final day now here at Keats, 5 days of Chinese language classes, and I've picked up some good Chinese skills, and I've just been given by my teacher, Miss Lee, this gift bag, which, let's have a look what's inside. Got an I Love Keats t-shirt, and another pen. These pens are super good. And a little tote bag. And then, ta-da! So thank you to both of you for being so patient with me this week, and I feel like I've learned so much from being here. I'm actually going to be really sad to leave Keats. I've really kind of enjoyed my time here. Thank you to everybody who's helped, including Eddie, who's amazing. He looks after all the students here. He helps you get a SIM card. He helps you get all of your apps working. So yeah, I just felt really well looked after, and like everything you need is just here. It's so easy. So yeah, this has been my experience of Keats and language school. So if I was going to learn Chinese again, or extend anymore, I'd definitely be doing it here. So I think all there is to say really is just thank you again to everybody at Keats for looking after me and making me feel so welcome here and being really patient with me in my learning of Chinese. And also thank you so much for all of the trips out, because I've got to explore Kunming in such a different way this time around than last time when I was only here for 2 days. And also thank you guys for watching. It's really one of the reasons why I'm here back again in Kunming is because of everybody watching on Bilibili and YouTube. So thank you, 谢谢. And as always, I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.